Hey, how's it going?
It's so good to see you. How are you doing? You having a good morning or afternoon or evening, depending when you're watching this?
Today's theme is about Palm Sunday, because that's what day, hopefully you'll be watching this on, the day when we think about Jesus coming into Jerusalem and the people saying, He's the King. And so we're going to be thinking about that, and you're going to need, to start with, you're going to need plenty of space, because we're going to start with a song, and then we're going to do a couple of activities. For one of those activities, you're going to need a rock, and either some paints or some pens or Sharpies or something like that. And you're going to need a piece of paper, some scissors as well, and something to write with as well for our activities later. So look out for those things.
Did you know God is with us? Does it feel like that today? Does God feel like He's with you? Let's say that together. God is with us.
God is with us.
Great.
That was my job.
Let's try that again. God is with us.
God is with us.
Awesome.
Brilliant. We're going to do a song now. This song is by Bethel Kids, and it's called Joy to the World. And you might be thinking that that's a Christmas song, but we think it's perfect for today's theme. So we'd love you to join in, get yourself some space, get yourself loose. This one, it's not quite as much of an action song as we do sometimes. So there's not an action for every word or every phrase. There's a lot of dancing. So feel free to jump around and really express yourself as we do this one together. Let's go.
Let
You should be puffed out by now.
Okay, so we are going to do an activity now to get ready for our story. So in our story, we're going to need some little rock characters. So we are going to paint them, or you could draw in them with Sharpie, or felt pen, or crayons, or whatever you've got. And we're going to make them into little rock people. So just use one side. We're going to use the other side later for something else. So on the front, little picture of a person or a face or whatever you want to do, and then we're going to use them in a bit. I mean, I know which one I'd like to look like.
Okay, I think we're done. I think we can all agree that I'm the artist here. And we're going to use these guys to tell the story today.
Oi! Balboa! What's all the fuss about?
Oh, I don't know, Rolly. Seems like some kind of procession. Can you see who it is?
It looks like that Jesus guy. The one who's been doing miracles around Galilee. You know, he refused to turn your cousin into bread.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what's he riding?
A donkey.
A donkey? Better not do any donkey business over here. What? Why not a big war horse? Surely that'd be more appropriate, more kingly.
Well, do you remember that guy Zachariah? Must have only been a few hundred years ago that he said the king would arrive on a donkey. Seems like only yesterday, geologically speaking.
Huh. Now what are they shouting?
Hosanna to the King of David! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord!
Oh, that nearly hit us. They've thrown their cloaks on the ground.
So, what does Hosanna mean anyway? Last I checked, it was like shouting, "Help!" Funny thing to say if you ask me. I can't keep up with the slang of today.
Oh, it's become a shout of praise. It's like they're shouting, "Yes, he's the one who will save us. Go, saving one. Woo!"
Of course. They think he is the Messiah, the true anointed king come to save them from their enemies.
I'm not sure it's going to go quite like they expect.
No. When God's involved, it's often too hard for these humans to understand at first.
But we rocks understand it, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, look out. Here
Uh-oh.
comes trouble. It's
Uh-oh.
the Pharisees and they look annoyed.
Uh-oh. Hey, Jesus is saying if they keep quiet, the rocks will cry out.
Yeah, we will. Oi, humans.
Yay!
Jesus is king. He's come to save you.
Yeah, he's going to save you. He's going to die for you to save you from the real enemy, your sin, the times you turn away from the true king and put yourself or something else in charge instead, and he's going to make peace with God for you.
Is he?
I think so. That just kind of came out. Do you think they heard?
No, I don't think so. I think Jesus did, though. He looked right at us.
We've got your back, Jesus. Just
Yeah.
let us know when you need us, all right?
Yeah.
Woo, Jesus!
So for this bit, you're going to need some paper, some pens, a pair of scissors and some sticky tape. If you haven't already got them, go grab them now. We have put our paper into some strips, and we're going to make a crown out of it.
Because we've got massive heads, so we need double the amount.
Speak for yourself. So we're going to have a little bit of a think about times that we have thought that we are more important than Jesus. Times when we've thought that we should be in charge of our lives. And we're going to do a little activity that helps us to think about that, say sorry for that, and to refocus our eyes on Jesus, who should be king and not us. So we're going to make a crown. We're then, maybe before we've made the crown, we're going to write on our pieces of paper a time that we have put ourselves first, or done something to hurt others by putting ourselves first, and something that God wouldn't have wanted us to do. So we're going to write on those first. Would you like a pen?
Thank you. And it may be that you don't have something that you can particularly think of, but you know that sometimes you put yourself at the centre when it should be about Jesus. And so you could just represent it as a picture. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a picture of me at the centre of my life, so that I can say sorry for that.
So I'm writing down some words. I sometimes think it's really tricky to put Jesus at the centre when we're not trusting him. And there have been a few things recently that I've tried to think that I'm in charge, or like to think that I'm the one that's making the decisions. So I'm writing, when I don't trust God, is a way that I think I take the responsibility for my life on myself and not giving it to Jesus. And then the other one is when I'm selfish. So when I don't put other people first, or when I think that me being okay is the most important thing, not other people. So that's what I'm putting on mine. And then I'm just going to snip some little triangles out of my crown to make it look crown-like. And Chris has finished drawing his masterpiece of himself at the centre. I'll clear them up later.
So I've just drawn two simple pictures. One's going to go on the inside of my crown, which is a picture of me at the centre with me in the middle of my heart, and then the other one's a picture of Jesus at the centre of my heart, which is what I want, so that's going to go on the outside of my crown. You could spend some time making your crown as nice as you want it to. We've just made ours pretty simply, so that we can show you what we're going to do with them next. But feel free to pause the video and put some time into this if you want to. So for this final part, we've got our finishing song. This is a chance for us to respond to Jesus and to spend some time in his presence. And we've got this really simple song that we're going to play. And as we play the song, the first set of lines is about how we want to put Jesus first in our life. Nothing else will do. We want to spend our lives with Jesus, and we want to be in his presence. So as soon as the words start for that, we're going to take off our crowns as we listen to the words, and we're just going to place them down on the floor as if we're putting them at Jesus' feet to say, these belong to you, God. And then the song will read out a Bible verse, and after the Bible verse, the words change to say, I'm so glad you're here, I'm so glad you're near, I need you, yes, I need you. And when you hear that bit start, we've got ourselves blankets here, and we're just going to wrap those blankets over our shoulders or round us. You can get as snuggled up as you want in the blanket as a sign that Jesus is wrapping his arms around you, that he loves you and he is with you. And Ruth's going to do some simple actions for that bit as well. So we're gonna play that song, and we'd love you to join in, responding with us as we ask Jesus to be here with us.
I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're near. 'Cause I need you. Yes, I need you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're near. 'Cause I need you. Yes, I need you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're near. 'Cause I need you. Yes, I need you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're near. 'Cause I need you. Yes, I need you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're near. 'Cause I need you. Yes, I need you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're near. 'Cause I need you. Yes, I need you.
God, we love you. Jesus, we love you. We want to spend time with you in your presence. Thank you that you are here with us. Amen. God bless. Have a really great week. And look out for our next video. We've got one that's going to come up midweek because this is the run up to Easter, and so we're going to be telling the events of that week of Jesus's life as it leads up to Easter Day. So look out for another video coming in the middle of the week. Bye.
Okay. Chris's was terrifying. So we're going to try that again. Which one do you want? Right, I'm going to do this one. Don't wipe on you.
I'm not going to. Oh dear. How are we going to just cut that bit out?
Well, I don't think we should. I think we should keep it forevermore. It's hilarious.
It's going to be too long though. We're going to have to cut something out. We'll just put it in later as a gag reel.
Outtakes.
Yeah.
Awesome.